Chapter 93, If you want to find a building to jump, pick one with higher floor. Tim was a pro that Teve had brought over from Vegas, and he could be counted as Teve's right-hand man, an eye he assigned to the casino. So, Teve would usually consider Tim's words. Not long after, Lin Chuxue came back. Since the amount was too much, she just came back with a suitcase filled with brand new chips that weren't even unpackaged yet. Lin Chuxue really didn't say anything but exchanged all of the 200 million cash that she had. Just from this, Lin Lei felt that his sister's love for his brother-in-law was also unwavering. Su Cheng also didn't expect her to let him borrow 200 million to gamble without saying a word of hesitation. He fell into a bit of a trance as he looked towards Lin Chuxue and sighed in his heart, is it just me that was too stubborn to let go of my past? In fact, the feeling between us still exists, right? Chuxue has always believed in me. Why are you looking at me like this? I didn't say I'm lending it to you for free, you have to think of a way to pay me back if you lose it all. Lin Chuxue's face blushed a little upon seeing Su Cheng looking at her like this, and she pouted her lips and snorted. Teve couldn't bear it anymore. This bastard! If it wasn't for Su Cheng, perhaps he would be the most suitable man for her back in university. No matter what kind of performance or concert, he would always do everything in his power to be on the same stage as Lin Chuxue. But, who knew she would suddenly drop out of school without a message? After inquiring around, he realized that she actually left her home country, went to Huaxia, and even became a celebrity. Initially, Teve was quite confused as to why Lin Chuxue would go and become a celebrity, and he was a bit assured after finding out that the Lin family owned the majority of the stakes behind the company. However, soon, most men in Britain found out about this, and what pissed them all off was that the Lin family seemed to have married Lin Chuxue to that useless foster child Su Cheng, and even let her follow him back to Huaxia. Teve was very sure that if Su Cheng dared to go back to England, he would be cursed to death by all the aristocratic young masters that were admirers of Lin Chuxue. Su Cheng counted the new chips he got and directly put 150 million yuan worth of chips onto the table as he said, "Raise." Still not revealing. Do you want to reveal? Or fold? The more domineering you are, the more I'm sure that you don't have a good hand. Since you wish to back yourself into a corner, then I will accompany you today. I just hope that you don't feel too helpless after you lose all the money and jump off of our building. Teve looked at Su Cheng and said. Now, there's nothing that can beat me down, Su Cheng said nonchalantly, but as for you, do you still have more money to raise? Even if you want to reveal and end the round, you need to raise at least 300 million to be able to. Don't ask me if I have enough money, let me ask how much money you have first. Or, how much money you can afford to take out. Teve really couldn't take it that Su Cheng was at his throat questioning how much money he had, since he despised him and didn't think Su Cheng was qualified to ask him such a question. I don't have more than you, but if I want, money is just a number for me, Su Cheng replied. Now, with this pair of eyes, would he be worried that he couldn't find a way to make money? Now, he just needed a type of respect, and the moment he completely understands his new body would be the moment he makes his debut to shock the world. Of course, he would go for the Dragon Division again. As for Britain, the place that broke his heart, he would go back as well. The day when he returned to that country would be the day that he publicly announces that he is Lin Chuxue's husband. He will tell those people that had inappropriate penis feelings for his wife that only he had the capability and qualifications to marry Lin Chuxue. And as for the Ye family, demanding an apology from them for his father would be a hurdle that he must face in this lifetime. This was also one of the biggest goals in his life, and it was not just for his father, but for his dignity as well. So boastful, you actually have the balls to say that money is just a number in front of Uncle Lin? I don't know how much you are making to give you the confidence to say that. Teve sneered. You really talk too much. Just one word, raise or fold. If you can keep on playing, then I will show you just how easy it is for me to make money. Su Cheng lost his patience and revealed his domineering aura. Teve gritted his teeth and said to the accountant, go and get another 5% of my shares. Su Cheng, not enough, you might as well take all the money out. Teve slammed both of his hands on the table as he got up and demanded Su Cheng, then what about you? Do you have the money? Of course, I just need to give my lawyer a call to put my real estate up as collateral, and I can get at least 600 million. Your 5% stake in the casino only goes for 150 million, it wouldn't even last a round. How can we play? Su Cheng said. You don't have to go through this much trouble, your old man have US dollars in the bank, and it can be used at an upscale casino like this. You can use it for now, Lin Giran laughed and said. Su Cheng looked towards Teve. So. Teve subconsciously turned to ask his accountant, how many more shares do I have? 13.5%, with a total valuation of 400 million. Teve gritted his teeth and said in a deep voice, get me 300 million, I'm going to force him to show hand. No need to exchange, please just draft up a share transfer contract to be used as collateral, and that will be all right, Su Cheng interrupted the accountant. Teve knew Su Cheng's intention. If he lost, then Su Cheng wanted to directly take over the shares. He narrowed his eyes. You think you will win? No need to exchange into chips, just raise with your shares. How about this, I will directly raise 200 million more. If you want to show hand, then you can just put up the remainder of your shares. Teve said to the accountant, do what he says. The accountant left, and very soon, he came back with the contract for Teve to sign. After Teve signed the contract, the transfer agreement basically came into effect. Then, he stood up and threw the contract onto the table, and flipped over his cards, shouting, same suit. I just don't buy it that you could get good hands 4 times in a row. This time, I'm calling your bluff. Seeing Teve revealing a flush, Lin Chugxiu and Mommy and Daddy Lin's faces all changed. Before, they thought Teve might also be bluffing and that his hand might not be very good. But, they completely didn't expect the flush, even one with a queen as the highest. In all flush hands, there were only king and ace that could beat this hand. However, the odds of Su Cheng also getting a flush with a king or ace was slim, and the chance of a straight flush was next to none. As for the golden flower hand, don't even think about it. Seeing the change in expression of those three, Teve's smile got even brighter. Even if you have a flush, mine leads with a queen of spades, so even if you have a flush with the queen of another suit, you still can't beat spades, unless you get a king or ace. However, based on what I counted, we already used up 2 kings and even 3 aces. So, in the 20 or so cards that are left, your chances of getting a king or ace is very low. Moreover, your odds of getting a flush is even lower. So, your odds of you beating my queen flush is just slim to none. To be honest, Teve didn't know shit about counting cards and calculating odds, it was all analyzed to him by Tim. He was just making this speech in an attempt to impress Lin Chugxiu, pretending like he knew a lot. But that was indeed the case. At present, there was very little chance for Su Cheng to get a hand that could beat Teve's, not to mention not shuffling the deck and only using leftover cards from previous rounds. The chance of Su Cheng getting a hand that could win was less than 5%, and the death penalty could almost be pronounced for Su Cheng. Indeed, 2 kings and 3 aces were already played, so the chances of me getting a flush with a king is 6%, and the chances of a flush with an ace is 2%. But, maybe luck is just on my side and I hit the jackpot. Su Cheng said with a cheeky smile. Seeing how confident he was, Tim was becoming a little unsettled. He directly grabbed the undealt deck and began shuffling through the cards, and when he found that there was only 1 king left in the deck, his face slightly changed. Slim to no chance, right? But the king just happened to be here. Su Cheng flipped over a card in his hand, and it was a king of diamonds. When he flipped over the rest of his hand, it was a flush, a king high flush, just 1 level higher than Teve's queen high flush. Just a tiny bit higher, sorry. Su Cheng faintly smiled. Lin Lei directly climbed onto the table and began packing in the chips as he laughed. Teve fell into his chair, his eyes hollow and in disbelief, and the cards in Tim's hand fell to the ground. Su Cheng said to Lin Lei, Lei, you can go and grab the transfer agreement over now. Then, Su Cheng looked towards the accountant of the casino and asked, since I already have 13.5% of the stake in this casino, then how about this, I won't convert the chips I have into money anymore. I will directly eat the remaining 6.5% of the shares he put up as collateral at double the original price. Is that okay? Strictly speaking, that's allowed, the accountant said. Originally, the 20% equity should be a bundled package and shouldn't be separated. Very well, can I trouble you to redraft another transfer agreement stating 20% of stake? Just let me know how much more I have to pay to complete the offer on top of the chips on this table. The accountant nodded, and shortly after, he came over with a new agreement. Then, Su Cheng directly placed this agreement in front of Lin Chugxiu and smiled. Honey, this is the first gift I'm giving you. Lin Chuxu was stunned. She completely didn't expect Su Cheng to transfer all the shares to under her name. If the shares were sold, it would be worth at least 800 or 900 million. Seeing that she might reject him, he immediately said, "My identity is a bit special, and I think it might look bad on me for a police officer to have stakes in a casino. If you don't want it, it's not like I can gift it to some hobo, right?" This hobo comment was also to remind Teve that if he goes back on his word and didn't want to give up his money, then he would be the hobo. Teve's eyes were bloodshot as he had his head down. Su Cheng saw Lin Chuxu finally deciding to sign on the transfer agreement, and he immediately smiled and mocked Teve one last time, "Thank you for your generosity. Next time, if you are loaded and want to give money away, you are welcome to call me up again. Although money is just a number to me, if someone's going to give it to me for free, then why would I reject it, right?" Then, the five of them got up to leave. When Su Cheng was about to step out of the VIP room, he turned around and said to Teve, "Oh, your casino don't have enough floors. If you want to find a building to jump, maybe pick a higher building. Otherwise, you might not die in one go and end up suffering." Poof! When they all left, Teve immediately coughed up a mouthful of blood out of rage. Trembling, he turned around, picked up a chair, and directly slammed it onto Tim. "You are a gambling master? What fucking gambling master? I'm going to kill you."